Hey guys, it's Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my review on the After Hours event at Hollywood Studios. We just got back from Disney a few weeks ago and we did have the opportunity to go to this event. So of course we vlogged the whole time, so I will link that for you guys. Definitely check it out if you want to experience the night with us. In today's video though, I'm going to be sharing our final thoughts, if we think it's worth it, if we would do it again at another park maybe, and then kind of some details and just logistics about the event itself. So before we jump into it, make sure that you are subscribed. You will definitely want to make sure to do that. I have some really fun content coming to my channel this summer. Okay, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to hit that bell icon so that you don't miss a video. And let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm gonna start with explaining what this event actually is because it is totally different than Extra Magic Hours. Extra Magic Hours are for any Disney resort guest, and the After Hours event is a special ticketed event that you would have to purchase in addition to your regular park admission. So this is something totally different. This event is available at Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. So because I've only experienced Hollywood Studios, that's the one that we are going to focus on in this video specifically, but just so you know, it is available at the other two parks. Basically, after the park has closed, you are already in the park and you have a special wristband. I know they've changed it. They used to do the lanyards, now they do a wristband, and it gets you access into basically all of the rides. And there is popcorn, ice cream, soft drinks are included, and everybody exits the park, but you get to stay. So it's pretty cool. You feel like you are one of the only ones in the park. A lot of the rides are walk-on, and there's very little wait times, if at all. And you really feel like you are getting to experience the park the way that you've always dreamed it should be. And it's pretty cool. So I want to go over ticket prices. Regular admission is $125 plus tax. If you are an annual pass holder or a DVC member, that is $95 plus tax. So you do get a little bit of a discount. And then if you decide to purchase admission the day of the event, it's $137 plus tax. Now this event is known to sell out frequently. When we were looking at dates, a lot of the events had already sold out, so we wanted to make sure we had our tickets well in advance. So I would recommend purchasing your ticket in advance if you're able to, and I personally wouldn't risk waiting until the day of if you're really counting on it. So that's just something to consider and to know going into it, that the event may sell out. They do cap how many tickets are sold. I'm unsure of what that exact number is, and it may vary for each park. I'm not sure, but there is a limited number of tickets sold, and that's how they're able to keep it with that feeling of you're the only one in the park. So that's why it sells out, and they aren't able to sell an unlimited number of tickets. So moving on to our experience at Hollywood Studios with this event. Our specific night, the time was from 9 p.m. to midnight. So we had 3 hours where we could pretty much do whatever we wanted to do in the park. So you are able to enter the park at 7 p.m. And I believe that is across the board for all of the parks that offer this event. So we were right in at 7 p.m. We didn't want to waste a moment. So our strategy was, because all of the restaurants close down, we wanted to make sure that we had dinner before the event actually started. So we made a dinner reservation at the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater. We went into the park at 7 p.m. We made a reservation for about 7:15, 7:20, and we got directly seated. And then around 8:30, 8:45, we were done eating dinner. And then we were able to head to whatever attraction we wanted to go to as everybody was exiting the park. So that was our strategy. You could definitely at 7 p.m. if you wanted to go see any of the shows during that time, or even go see Fantasmic, or I know they have the Star Wars show that's going on. All of those things are still happening when you're let into the park early. So that's something to know. Once the park closes, all of the shows and restaurants close as well. So if you were counting on seeing Beauty and the Beast or Indiana Jones, those are not going to continue after park close, if that makes sense. So that would be something to come in early and make sure you get to see the last showing of it, or especially Fantasmic or any of those big shows. Definitely take advantage of that before the park closes. Same thing with dining. If you wanted to eat at the Brown Derby, Sci-Fi, 50s Primetime Cafe, places like that, all of those close down once the park closes. So that was our strategy. Like I said, we wanted to make sure that we had dinner where we totally could have eaten beforehand, or I know Woody's lunchbox stays open as well, so we definitely could have eaten there. But if you're wanting a sit-down dinner experience, definitely take advantage of that 7 p.m. time slot where you get to come early. Like I mentioned, all of the shows and restaurants close down once the park closes. But after that, all of the rides and attractions stay open throughout the whole night. So through midnight, you have access into Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror, and then all of the Toy Story rides are open, Star Tours is open, and then all of the character meet and greets are open. So I will list below a link to the specific event where it'll list out everything that's open. I may have missed a couple things, but they very clearly state what's available and what's not going to be available. So I'll link that below just on the Disney website so you can get a full list of that if you're curious. But that's basically everything that's available, all of the main rides and all of the character meet and greets. So what we did, and you'll see this in our vlog if you haven't watched it already, definitely go check it out. What we did was we assumed that everybody was gonna head to Toy Story Land because that's kind of the main thing right now, at least until Galaxy's Edge opens. Toy Story is still the big thing. So we kind of assumed that everybody was gonna head there first, and we wanted to avoid that initial crowd into Toy Story Land. So we went down Hollywood Boulevard and did Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror, and we did each of those rides twice. So we would run back and forth and they were total walk-ons. And that's the thing. You walk right on the ride as many times as you want. And all we did was we showed our wristband and it was really easy. I mean, there was nobody there. One really nice thing that I appreciated was they don't make you watch the pre-show every time you get on the ride. So both of those rides do have a pretty lengthy pre-show, and well, lengthy, I mean several minutes. And instead of having you corralled in that room and watching the show and then they let you go, they just had those doors open. And again, you'll see that in the vlog, that we were just able to walk right through, and they had the show still going. So if we wanted to stop and watch it, we could, but we were about the rides. So we were like, we've seen the pre-show, let's just get on the ride. So after we did those 4 rides, we stopped and took advantage of the included, I want to say free, but you're really paying for it, let's be real, the included ice cream, popcorn, and soft drinks. So we did take about a 15-minute break or so and just kind of sat and hung out. I mean, those moments are some of my favorite too, where we're not even rushing around or riding rides, but we are some of the only ones in the park, and you have that Hollywood music playing in the background, and I love it. So I think it had been, after we did that 15-minute break, I think it had been almost an hour. So it took us about, you consider the length of the ride and then the time it takes you to walk on and off the ride, about 10-15 minutes per ride. So by then it was about 10 o'clock and we had kind of wrapped up that end of the park and decided to head to Toy Story Land for the rest of the night. So we went straight to Toy Story Mania, and that was maybe a 5-minute wait both times that we went on it. And again, there was hardly anybody there, but you could definitely feel the crowd was a little bit heavier in Toy Story Land in comparison to other parts of the park. So we did Toy Story Mania, we did that twice, and we did Alien Swirling Saucer, and then we went and got in line for Slinky Dog Dash. Now, that first time we got in line, it was about a 25-minute wait, but as the night went on, and I talk about this in the vlog too, it definitely tapered off. So I think we had the right idea to wait let the crowds filter through Slinky Dog, and then head to Toy Story Land, because we jumped in the first time. It ended up being about a 20-25 minute wait. We got off and went straight to Swirling Saucers, which was a walk-on all night. And then by the time we looped back to Slinky Dog Dash, it had dropped down to about a 5 or 10 minute wait. So we went on that another 2 times, and both times were about, like I said, 5-10 minute wait. So again, I think we had the right strategy to kind of hold off on some of those rides and let the crowds kind of die down. I could tell around 11:15, 11:30, a lot of people started to leave. A lot of people with small kids, people who just knew we can't make it till midnight, were starting to leave the park, and it definitely felt less congested in Toy Story Land by 11:45-ish. Obviously, we didn't do any of the character meet and greets. We weren't really interested in any of the characters, so it wasn't a big deal for us. But if you are somebody where you love meeting characters, they have some really awesome ones at the event. So you can do Mickey and Minnie in their little Hollywood attire. They're super cute. I know there's Olaf, and then all of the Star Wars characters are there as well. So that would be really, really fun to do if you're really into the characters. And I really think that the characters were probably walk on all night long because all of the crowds were in Toy Story Land. So I think you could definitely spend a good amount of time still on rides and still get to experience all the characters if you wanted to do that as well. So the last thing I wanted to mention was Galaxy's Edge. I know right now I'm making this video in May, and Galaxy's Edge is opening end of August. So I'm really curious to see how the event changes once Galaxy's Edge opens. I would definitely recommend once they announce the dates for this event, I would purchase your ticket as soon as possible. I really think this event is going to be extremely popular once Galaxy's Edge opens. So definitely don't wait, don't hesitate, don't second guess it and think, oh, is it worth it? It is 100% worth it. Whether or not you're gonna make it for Galaxy's Edge or not, whether you're looking at the event for this summer, the dates before Galaxy's Edge opens, I still think it's worth it. We loved this event. I think that everybody should experience this event. It's so much fun. We want to do it at both of the other parks now. We're hooked. And once you experience the park at an after hours event, it's hard being there during the day, knowing, man, just last night we walked through this ride with no wait. I loved the event. Highly, highly recommend. I'm like, I can't shout my praises high enough to the event. Definitely buy your tickets, especially for Galaxy's Edge when that opens. And I think it'll be extremely worth it. So definitely check it out. Like I said before, check out my vlog if you haven't already. If you want to see, I know I talked through our night, but if you want to see firsthand our evening at the After Hours event, definitely check that out. So that is it for my review on Disney's After Hours event at Hollywood Studios. Let me know in the comments below if you have attended this event before, if you think it's worth it. What do you think about the event? I would love to hear from you. And that is it for today. So I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.